Guys, we have 1 more minute to start. Okay, we can have 1 more minute, guys, and then we can start. Fine. In the meanwhile, while people are coming, I can go ahead with the doubts. Raise your hand, guys. Those are any question, any doubt to ask. Anyone, any question, any doubt to ask? No? Fine. So let's go ahead and guys, again, I'm repeating. Next coming week is off because of the Edureka Institute is off. Because obviously that makes sense also because of New Year, none of the employees working. So next week is off for us. Okay. Yes, Akash.
Sir, just only wanted to means go through once more for the data transfer from child to parent. Actually, it is getting confused somewhat. So that is why
Basically,
just an
in the parent write the function, in the child write the basically call that function. So whatever wherever you want to receive the data, in that particular place you have to write the function, just like we have done that here in the your app.js, because here I want to receive it. So where you want to receive, write the function like this, and where from where you're passing, pass the data like this. From here you're passing the data, and from here we are receiving the data. Make sense?
okay, okay,
Child
yeah,
will
yeah,
pass
yeah.
the
Okay,
parent will
fine.
receive data, just like that. Okay.
Okay, so sir, actually, means somewhere in some tutorials I have heard that means only the data can be transferred from parent to child and not from child to parent. Means
So you are
they
absolutely
give
wrong,
the
buddy.
example of Angular and all. I don't know about the yeah. Sorry.
Buddy, Akash.
Yes, sir.
Where you are, from where you are reading this thing, now stop reading from there, buddy. Stop immediately. Stop reading from there. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. Whatever
Yes, sir.
source you are following, that source is absolutely wrong. Okay. And not even by
Oh,
saying it, I have done a practical in front of you as well. Right. So there's no
yeah,
point
yeah.
proof
Yes, sir.
in terms of it's possible. It's 100% possible, and I prove by doing that code also. So the
Mhm.
source you're using from where you're reading it, stop doing that. Stop following that YouTube channel from where you're watching that video. Okay.
Okay, sure. Yeah, yeah. Sure. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi Akash. Akash, the yesterday you told na there was map iterate function where we can pass the unique ID so that it can compare the virtual DOM right with the physical
Key.
for
Key.
key, the
Uh,
unique key right from the data so that it can like for performance reason right.
yes.
So you told like it will compare the previous and new and whatever new addition
Actual
it will.
versus actual DOM.
So it will add those new addition, right? It will accommodate those new addition, right? So what
Yeah.
about if the existing ID, but there is some change in the data, right? Earlier the value is X.
Okay,
So
that na. So whenever, buddy, understand one thing. If something got updated, suppose I have a one cloth of a same t-shirt from white to blue, I can identify now this got changed. Whatever is updated will come below. It's not like that only it compare the ID. So the thing which is updated already present in that DOM. So it compare the update value automatically.
so if there is something is not changed at all, that it will not do anything with that, is it? It's just that new addition plus modified one it will accommodate, is it?
Value will be updated. Yes.
Okay.
Any more questions? Cool. So guys, yesterday we are able to, okay, I have given you one task yesterday. Ping me in chat if you have the answer for that task in one single line. Ping me in chat if you have the answer for the task, but that too in the one single line. Shivam, your code, I don't think it is going to work or not. If you're working, it's good. But first look, I don't see it will work perfectly fine. Sandeep, I think your code can work. Purva, your code will also work. Milan Kumar, I'm not sure about your code also. Okay, anyways, I'll just show the solution. It's a one-liner solution. You can check yourself, guys, who doing right or wrong. Okay. Then concept in JavaScript called as a ternary operator. Ternary operator. We're going to use a ternary operator to achieve this functionality. CD desktop API. January and you React first app and start. It's a very, very, very simple task. It's a one-liner, simple ternary operator to achieve these functionalities. Those who have tried, first kudos to you guys. At least you guys have tried, right? Right, wrong is a different story. Trying and making your hand dirty is the most important thing. It gonna work or it not gonna work, that's a different story altogether. But those who are not even trying, they will be in a trouble. Sooner or later, you will be in a trouble if not even trying it. If you're trying it, not working, awesome. Fine. At least you are on a stage where you are ready to fight. Okay. And solution is very simple, guys. Here in this event.target value, put question mark and write user text here. That's it. Only this much code is required. Now see. I'll show you. Let that run. Just wait. Yeah. Now guys, we'll start typing something. I can see it. When I remove, it load the default value. See? The default value also. So this is what exactly happening. Fine. Yeah, Shrilata, go ahead.
Instead of we hard coding it as user text, here is there this dot state dot keyword. Can we give like that, Akash?
No, you cannot give that. That's what we're trying to avoid. Na? The story is about avoiding that word. Even at this dot state dot keyword, what's the value of this dot state dot keyword?
No, we is there any chance like we can get the initial value? This dot state dot.
This is a keyword you are updating. What
Yes.
will the value of this keyword after when you remove all the values? Think
It is
logic.
empty. Empty.
And then what you're trying to replace here?
Initial value.
And obviously, how you can use that? This value already gone. I type A,
Okay.
the value of the keyword has already become A. There's no way to put that.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
And yes, Vikas.
Yeah, it's on the similar line. If I have to build multilingual, right, website,
So,
so this text.
different story, buddy. For multilingual, it's a very long process. It's not something
No,
out of whole code is
I will
not
come.
straightforward.
I will make my question short, na, in the long story. I'm saying that if you want to put this hard coded English text right into some file where, let's say, if I have to put the translation of French or some other language, is there a way in React to do that? Is the React framework given that flexibility, so that instead of hard coding it in the app, I can put into some property file or somewhere,
Do that.
language spec fix?
Yeah, you can do that. XLF file you can use. Which file you use for the other languages?
There are translation file in the
What's
framework.
the extension of that file?
Sorry.
What is the extension of that file?
Extension means you can put into with language, like underscore language code.
The
So
file called .xlf file. Have you ever done any multilingual?
yeah, multiple.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Just to answer the question.
So is there any way like you will cover somewhere in the down the line how to do that in the React?
No. We're not covering that, sir. Fine. So, okay, cool. So let's come to the next thing. Here, guys, we are going to talk about the next step, that is routing. If you remember yesterday, we have actually made some empty, not one, multiple empty components. Okay. So if we go to routing 5 and npm starting. First of all, guys, I'm going to routing number 5, how exactly the routing work in the routing 5. Okay. So I made multiple components, header, footer, and all of them are a basic component structure. First of all, we'll start writing a routing in the index file, and then we'll make a separate file for routing also. Okay. We'll import React from React. We're going to import React DOM from React-DOM also. There's a const app like this. And then we'll render this app. Now, first of all, guys, I'll show you how to write a routing inside the app only. So here, guys, in terms of now, first of all, I'm going to do in a day say. So I'm going to write a routing inside this index only. Okay. You have to import all the components here. And there are few methods of routing. One is called browser router. One is called route. And one is called link. Browser router, route, and link, and they all are coming from React router DOM. Okay. React router DOM. So React DOM / client as well. Then same way, say const container equal to document dot get element by ID, say root. Then after that, const root is equal to React DOM dot create root. And guys, after 2-3 times, now you will start remembering this automatically. Don't worry about it. Container and then say root dot render app. First of all, let's import every single thing here. So you have to import all the components here. You have to import header / component / header. Then import footer from component / footer. Post from component / post. Import home from component / home. Import profile component / profile. Okay. Here in the app, we write return. In the return, first of all, we'll have a browser router. So first of all, guys, we'll have a browser router here. Okay. All the routes of your application should only be a part of the browser router. So all the routes should be the part of the browser router, guys. Then here, guys, on the top, somebody ask about layout now, so this can be act like a layout as well. On the top, we can have a header. At the bottom, we can have a footer. Okay. In between that, now we start defining a route where path is equal to slash and the component is equal to home. Path is equal to slash and the component means when somebody go to localhost 3000, this component will load. Similarly, path is equal to slash post and a component is post. And the path is equal to slash profile, component is basically profile. Slash post slash profile. Let's try. If we go to localhost, it's asking us for the, okay, fine, I'll just skip that. Because on 3000 now, my main application, demo application is running, that's why. Although we can keep our application up and running on Nginx also, but unnecessary it consume my, I'll say browser, that's what. No, just okay. See, on the top, guys, you get the header. In between that, you get a home and the footer. Just to make it little better, not very much, but just little better. That it should at least give us a better feeling. Although I use a bootstrap classes to make it look better. Ampersand copyright symbol. Just to make it a little better there. Okay, have a look. On the top, we have a header. At the bottom, we have the footer. In between, we have a home. Okay. Let's go to slash post. Guys, it load home and post. Okay. Let's go to slash profile. It load home and profile. Why the home is coming? Means on the slash only home, on slash post, home and post and profile, home and profile. Why so? Because guys, here if you see now, it's basically in the terms of, I can say that how it's going. So here, guys, when somebody go to slash, it load the home. But when somebody go to slash post, guys, slash also match and slash post also match. That is why it is loading both. Similarly for profile, it check all the routes from top to end. Here slash also match and slash profile also match. That's what load that as well. Now, to overcome this problem, we write a keyword called exact. Exact. Now see, if you go to profile, only profile. If you go to post, only post. If there's nothing, it's home. Home, post, and profile. But the problem here is, guys, the page is refreshing. We have to avoid that. How we do that? I'll talk about it. But first of all, this is how now where any number of components, all the routes should be the part of browser router. That's one thing. Anyone? Any question and doubt till this point? Okay. Yeah, Jody, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's only for exact path you need. You only use exact path for the home slash.
Whatever disturbing you, whatever path is disturbing you, you go with that exact. So that just to make sure that only match.
Okay, thank you.
Now, here guys, we'll put one more thing called link. Link. We don't do the anchor tag here. If you say anchor tag, the page will refresh. It's a link to slash, and the component that load is home. Link to slash about the, sorry, link to slash post. The component that load is post, and link to slash profile. The component that load is profile. Slash post slash profile. We got a link here. Now I'm able to jump between the page. The page is not refreshing, guys. Now my page is not refreshing, only and only the content is changing. See? So this is a pure, very simple example of the single page application, that without refreshing your page, your content is keep on changing. This is called as, guys, single page application. Is this in clear? Okay. Now, guys, what exactly we have to do? In normal cases, so as I mentioned, guys, our index file should be kept smaller. Correct. As the index file should be kept smaller, so how it have to be? Again, I'll make a backup of this index file. I'll make one more file called routing. Okay. Then in the index file, the only thing I require now is to import routing from /routing /component/routing, and just load the routing. That's it. Now 100 of component in application, 100 pin application, doesn't matter. Your index file have only hold this much. Let's go to routing file, guys. We have to improve it. So obviously you don't need this React DOM. We can change the name of that to routing and export that. Okay. Then, so here the path have to be changed because they're in the same folder. Normally, guys, we keep the route here, and the see routes should be here only, but link can be anywhere in my application. Routes have to be part of browser router, but link can be anywhere. So best place to add a link is the header. In the header, I'll add these links. But first of all, if you have to use the link, you have to import the link from React router. So import the link and now use it anywhere. And now if you see the output, it look better. You have a home, post, profile. Home, post, profile. And see, it is working fine. Now I can jump between the pages, header, footer remain constant, only the content between that is changing. So this is how is the first step of the routing you will achieve. Then we'll do one more thing. Like we have a list of the products here, post here. When you click on a post, you go to how to go to detail of that post. That's the next step we'll do, but we'll make it look good the next step. But yes, you can go with a doubt if anyone have till this point. Yes, Purva, go ahead.
So Akash, if I have like 10 pages in the website, so I have to do for all the 10 pages in the same way, like write for all the pages, the link and the route.
Yeah, ma'am, obviously we'll do that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Now, and I'm going to use one framework of CSS called Bootstrap. It is nothing but basically one CSS available. And guys, very recently, one of the good project I found from one of my students. See, she's making Nykaa. that fashion website. See, what these people are doing is amazing. See, you see, means she has designed this website completely, now writing a backend of this application, and now they are converting this application to React. You see the level they have made. It's a very recent one I found. Means every feature guys are developing. See the light mode, dark mode. You see dark mode, light mode. Means this is what I'm talking about learning, guys. That's a pure learning. When you start developing something like this by yourself, now you actually get a lot. So understand, if this girl show this project in her interview, the interview ask her 10 questions from her, she's able to answer all because she made it. And how it's possible get anyone can reject her? You see the level they're making. So just listen. I think I've showed you this Amazon and a Flipkart already to you, but this was although I have thousands of websites to show you like this, guys. Means I can show the ditto copy. I can guarantee you tomorrow if I give this, I don't even think twice to log in the Netflix. See the level of Netflix they made. This is called pure learning, and they have to complete this thing in a 4-month, starting from level 0, means from where they have never done a coding in the life. From that place, they become the full stack developer with everything they're aware of, and they develop these applications. So guys, Bootstrap is basically one framework of CSS which help you to achieve a lot of functionalities. As example, yesterday what I've done is, guys, I added this Bootstrap link in our page, right? So if I show you, yesterday we have added this Bootstrap link, and these are all my students only by. So I'm teaching them to get this thing all done. So basically I add the link of Bootstrap. Suppose guys, we don't have this link of Bootstrap in our page. Have a look what happened. Bootstrap is pure about CSS, nothing more than a CSS. Okay, just a CSS thing. If I refresh, without that, now first of all, you would underline, the font is also not looking good. Okay, the font is also not looking good here, guys. As soon as I add the Bootstrap, the CSS start getting changed. First, the font become better, underline gone. Now, I'll give one simple example. I go to routing. I'll just make one div whose class name is container. Now, this class container is available in the Bootstrap, and you're able to access it because you have added the link of a Bootstrap in your website. Now, when I put that in a container, you'll notice one thing, guys. Automatically, it get a margin from each side. If the content is bigger, it start getting a margin where I am not doing anything. For example, I want a navigation bar on my page. I simply go to Bootstrap website, and they have a code of the navigation bar. A simple HTML says nothing React to do. Suppose I copy this navigation bar code, and I just paste that navigation bar code in our home, in our header. Okay, let's see how it looks first of all, then we modify it. See, you get a proper navigation bar for a website. Now, first of all, I'll start modifying it a little bit. How? First of all, I'll remove this UL, this of no use. Okay. Here, guys, in the H1 tag, we put the header. Okay. Now, no more anchor tags. First of all, wherever I have this anchor tags now, guys, I'll just replace them with a link. Okay. Second change. First, guys, anchor tags should not be used. We're going to use an anchor tag. Suppose if I have to link a Facebook in my React application, obviously I use an anchor tag. No option to do that. For internal navigation, use a link. For the external navigation, use an anchor tag. And now wherever I say class, I change it to class name. One more thing. If content is going like this, Control A, view, word wrap. I don't have to scroll left and right to see whole content. And now if you go back to the browser, you have proper navigation bar on the top. And in the heading, we'll say developer funnel. Home, post profile. A proper navigation bar. And the best part, because of Bootstrap, it's responsive too. Responsiveness is nothing to do with the React, guys. Responsiveness comes from the CSS. So React have nothing to do with the responsive design. Responsiveness basically. It's all come from the CSS. So now my website is responsive as well and look like start looking like a little proper also. Go ahead, guys. Yeah, I think Jody, you're asking something, right? I'll just open this.
Yes. I was asking, you said something about the anchor tag. In the application, you use the link to, but if you're gonna link to outside the application, you use the anchor tag.
Yeah. So if you linking with an external link, then you have to use anchor tag. If you're linking internally, use the link tag.
Okay.
Any more questions? Okay. Next thing is now. So here, guys, I'll use the one thing called panel. So div class name panel. Bootstrap gives a 5 color like primary, success, warning, danger, info, dark, and info. Bootstrap 3 gives a 5 color. Primary means blue color. I'll show you that. I'll make a panel. In the panel, we have a div whose class name is panel hyphen heading. And the div whose class name is panel hyphen body. Here, guys, in a heading, I'll put one H, or I don't put any, or say H3, we can say, or H2, say homepage. And in the body, I'll write a one H2 tag homepage. This can be H1 or this can be H3, one smaller number. And I put a P tag with some dummy text. I can pick from Wikipedia or I can pick it from Lorem Ipsum. It is a website, guys. What does website do? It just give a dummy text, nothing more than that. For dummy text, I can refer this website. Or I can refer Wikipedia also. I just want dummy text. And what I'll do is Control A, view, word wrap. And here we'll say homepage. Like this. Now we go back on the home. See, guys, you are getting a better look of that page because of this panel primary. Okay, I'll show some different colors also to you. So I'll copy the same panel, this code for the post also. Change this primary to success. And we'll say everywhere I'll say post, post, post. You got a post page. And then you have the profile. And the color called danger. Danger, warning, success, and primary. Info is also there. Home, post, profile. See, guys. And the best part, it's also responsive. It'll work on the mobile device also perfectly fine. You want to see how it look on iPhone? Right click, inspect, go to this phone icon. So choose iPhone. See, it's fully responsive as well. in the portrait mode, in the landscape mode, how it look on the iPad, in the portrait mode, in the landscape mode, like this. Or best option, just squeeze a screen. You will see how it looks. None of the content is going out of the screen, guys. That's called responsive designing. So first section complete of the routing, that are able to jump between the pages without refreshing and giving a better feeling, better look to the application also. Any question to this point? Then I'm on the next stage. How we can go to detailed pages, guys? Yes, Vikas.
This browser route, is it always required, or with link to also I can switch from one link to another link?
You have to define first routing now, because link is looking for that route first.
Okay, so both required. Link plus browser route both required, is it?
Okay. Any other question, anyone? Fine. Now, guys, the next thing which I want to pick up is, suppose here we have the multiple post. Now, I want to go to a post detail page. At least what we can do now for a minute. On our post detail page, I'll just add it. And change the color of that to info. Okay. Now, guys, basically, now there are the concept of one thing called param and query param. So this concept is common across the languages. And it's a very basic concept. If you know any other programming language, then you must be aware of this thing. If you're not aware of that thing, that means you're missing something in your programming language. So this is a very common concept, guys. Everywhere means everywhere. Java, Python, Ruby, .NET, Erlang, Angular, React, Vue, Backbone, Erlang. Everywhere, this param and query param, which works same. What is param? What we pass after slash. Pass after slash in URL basically is called param. And what we pass after question mark in URL is called query param. Need to define in routing. No need to define. Third, if defined, then need to pass. No, this point not valid for this query parameter. No, optional to pass. And should be used for one or two values. One or two values. Can be used for multiple values. I'll show one live example. You open the Flipkart. So if I click on mobile, you see, guys, what is going after slash mobile phone? One value. This is called param. And what is going after question mark? One value. After ampersand, second value. After ampersand, third value. So what we go after slash is called param. What goes after question mark is called query param. So you should not pass a lot of data. There's a limit of, guys, up to some specific size to pass the data in that URL. But yes, normally we have to pass it. That's not any security issue. Don't worry about it. Okay. So here, guys, your param and query param. You have to do a practical of both of them to make you guys understand more better way. So first of all, what I'll do is in my post page, I'll make some more links there. Go to post, Here I'll add one H2 tag, say JavaScript. And we add a link here. Link to what we'll talk about in a minute. And we'll give a class to that as BTN space BTN hyphen success. BTN is a class for a button. And between we'll write details. Second, enter. React. So JavaScript, Node, and I have three options here. Success, info, what. Using a link, guys, import the link. From React router. So we got three options here: React, JavaScript, Node, React. How it work in a real time, guys? You click on mobile, you get a list of mobile. Now you can click on any mobile and open the detail of that mobile. That's what we're doing. So here in the terms of, we got this option there. Guys, 1 minute, hold on. Okay. Now, basically, my requirement is that, guys, when I click on a detail of this, I go to detail of JavaScript, detail of Node, detail of React. Okay. So how that is possible? First of all, I'm going to teach you a concept of param. To first of all, define the route there, import that detail page, post details that is coming from /post details. We define one path here. If you're passing something through param, right, like this, a slash, I can say colon topic, any parameter name. So this is my param. This is a parameter name called topic. You want to pass multiple parameter, then put slash and a second parameter, whatever you want to pass. So first of all, if you're passing a param, you need to define that. So I define a parameter name called topic. And on the basis of that, I'll go to post detail page. If I go back and basically go to post slash JavaScript, it load the post detail. Same problem. It is coming under. Why? Because slash post match. So use the exact also here. Now, it will only come to, guys, the detail page if you pass the param. See, if you don't pass the param, it'll never go to that page. If you pass the param, it will go to that page. So first of all, let's read the points. First thing, we pass after slash, need to define the routing. You need to define, then only you can receive that. If define, then pass. And should use one or two values. So if it define, then you need to pass it. If you're not passing it, it never go to that place. Now, how we will receive this? First of all, what we'll do is on the post page, we are going to give them this link. So here, guys, we'll write slash post slash JavaScript. Similarly, slash post slash node and slash post slash, and now if you go there, if you click on JavaScript, you come to the post slash JavaScript. If you click on Node and if you click on React, it's coming to detail page. But I want this value. Obviously, guys, on the basis of this value, I'll do some search. I need this value. How I'll get this value? I come to that point, but till this point, any question, guys? Anyone? Yes, Sandeep, go ahead.
Why we pass in the curly braces? If we like pass in the double quote, it's work.
No, it will not work.
It will not work. Okay.
Okay. Now, once you pass, how you'll receive? Because I would like to show one thing. If the component is under the routing number 5, okay, if you have component with routing number 5, each component have a default props value. There are the 3 value of props. Very parameter also explained, don't worry about it. History, location, match. 3 things are there. History, location, match. History used for a redirection, that I'll show in third application. Location for query params. Match for params. History for redirection, location for query param, match for params. Okay. Now, guys, I go to any of the page. I'm not passing any property anywhere, right? I'm not passing any property anywhere. But I go to the page and just simply write console.log props. I'm not passing any property. These are called as the default props. But this is only visible if component is under the routing number 5. Okay. So I simply write console.log props. Okay, let's have a look, guys. You will see 3 different props. See, history, location, match. Static content context is nothing. History, location, match. Right now we are passing a param. Where we'll see it? If you expand it in the match, you have one thing called param. You see, match have one thing called param, and the parameter name is topic and value of that topic. Suppose I change this parameter name to something else. I make this parameter name as ABC. So now when you receive it, you receive by the name of match, have params, param have ABC, ABC have value. So just like that, in the detail, if I write like this way, props dot match dot params dot parameter name topic, you will receive that. See, you receive JavaScript, you receive Node, and you receive React. Now, and this value, I'll print it here. I'll say Java. So whatever variable is, I'll just bind this in the my page. Now see, guys, what happened. If I click on a JavaScript, it clearly indicates it's a JavaScript detail page. If I click on Node, Node detail page. If I click on React, React detail page. What this example is, guys, one website have thousands of products. Do they make thousands of detail pages? No, they only make one detail page. They only make one detail page and they link that detail page with all the values. There will be one detail page, and that single detail page, all the things will be loaded, and that is what the example is. Give me just 1 minute. Guys, anyone till this point in the param? Now, okay. Let's see how we can pass a query param. So for query param, no need to define it anywhere. Okay, we can simply pass it. So from post, I simply say question mark, page equal to 1, page equal to 2, and page equal to 3. Okay. Obviously, guys, I can pass anything. So I pass page 1, page 2, page 3. If you go back, you get page equal to 1. Now, how are we going to use it? So basically, guys, to use this, so here, if you go back and inspect and check the console, this time, guys, I just clean it and just come once again. In the location, you get search. See, in the location, you get search. In the search, you get that value. And then, guys, you have to split this value. Here, guys, where a is equal to suppose the string. Okay, how we can use it? There is one JavaScript function called split. Split. Here is a split. A dot split. By what? I will split that by equal to. Why I split that by equal to? Because I know equal to is the differentiator here. Now when I split that, now guys, see, in the array, I get two value. Index number 0 is a key and index number 1 is a value. And take an example, suppose if you pass a 2 query parameter, then what will do? So as a page equal to 1 and city equal to Delhi. Now here basically I have to do a 2 times split. There's a dot split. Each query parameter I have to split by %. See, you get split by 2 of them. So suppose we say where out is equal to A dot split by M%. So out got split, guys, like this. Now suppose you want to get this value of city. You say out of 1, that is this dot split by equal to. You get two values equal to of 1. These are all JavaScript. See, at the end of the day, what the React is. React is nothing, it's a JavaScript. What is Angular? It's a JavaScript only. They're all JavaScript. If somebody say no, React, Angular is TypeScript, but TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. It's a JavaScript at the end of the day. So basically the point is like that, guys. They're all the JavaScript logics. They're all the JavaScript funda that you have to use. So same story will apply here. That we'll say props dot location dot search. Props dot location dot search dot split by equal to of 1. You get 1. If you try the React, you would say React and 3. And what I can do, I can ping that on the screen like this in 1h3. I'll say you are on page number. I can bind directly here. And now you get it. See, both guys, param and query param, both are working. So only one thing, that's our history to redirect. That's the only part that's left in the routing. These all are the concept of routing number 5. Anyone? Any question and doubt in this? Yes, Sandeep, go ahead.
If we do not pass the page equal to 1, then it will be give the error in that page.
No, that's fine. Don't pass it. Query param not there, buddy. It's not coming any
Okay.
value.
Okay, thank you.
If you don't pass a param, then never go to that page. Just like that. Any more question, guys? Anyone? Cool. So now, once we do the routing number 5, we can go to routing number 6 also. Now, this routing number 6 is absolutely different than routing number 5. In a simple word, I can say the code of routing number 5 will not work in routing number 6. Absolutely breaking code. Means in my application, suppose I'm using a routing number 5 and I jump to routing number 6, the code will break. Okay, because whole application have to be changed. That's what I'm explaining yesterday to you. It's not like that, guys. You can jump to the version very easily. And that too when they are breaking changes. For example, I'll show you. So now, we can stop this. Now, guys, basically this public and SRC. I'll copy both the folders and put that, replace the existing public and SRC and paste ours. Okay. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to router number 6. I install the new version of the package. All right. npm I react router DOM. How you know, guys, which version you're using? By going to package.json. Can you explain? Lakshmi, unmute and talk. What's the question? Lakshmi, unmute and talk. What's the question?
Yeah, Akash, I'm just asking how to send a state value through link to another page.
But why want us to the URL? I'm state the bigger values. State of 15, 20 data. You can pass this URL, ma'am. Lakshmi,
Yeah,
ma'am,
okay,
state
okay.
bigger value. With the parameter query para, you pass the ID and all. But you want to do that, obviously you can do that. So possibilities everything, but we never do that. So simply here, rather than writing a JavaScript, just write this dot state dot whatever it is. But how you gonna identify? Because state is not a variable all the time. State is not just a single value. With a single value, then write it here only. State is going to be object, array. How you gonna pass an array in the URL? Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Hitesh.
Hi Akash. So how can we show 404 page or any default page if user entered any wrong link in routing 5?
Not, yeah, in routing file, I define a route for that. Star route.
Okay.
I'll show you that.
Yeah. Thank you.
More coding word, we call it a wildcard. Okay. I'll show you. Now, guys, what I did, I basically copy the routing number 5 code in the routing number 6. Okay. I install the package. Now check the package version. In the React router DOM, the version 6.6. Where there, the routing, the package version was 5.3. Now, let's run this code, guys. NPM start. So, let it get run. Just wait, guys, let's get executed. It's not running. The code is absolutely not running at all. See? Now, so the code will be completely different, guys, here. Now just understand, guys, if my application is old, having a 50, 20, 50 or 60 components, they're playing with routing number 5. How I can jump to routing number 6 when I know it's going to break my code? It's not possible. A lot of planning required for that. Now, we're going to understand of routing number 6 also now. First of all, I can delete backup file, guys, don't required in this folder. Oh, minimize the file first. Number 6, we can remove the backup file, not required. Okay. So here, in the routing, guys, the syntax have to be changed completely first. So the very first thing is you have to import one more thing, guys. Route, browser router, route, and one thing called routes. Okay, routes. That's the first thing. Second change. All the route should be the part of routes. Second change. Okay. Third, here we use a component in the 5. Now we use an element in the 6. First we say here route. Oh, sorry, route. Oh, that's not let me copy. Route, closest route. Now no more exact also required, guys. One more thing to mention here. Routing number 6 will not work with your class components. First thing. If your application is a class component, you cannot go use the routing number 6. As simple as that. Okay. So make a one route here first. In this route, you have to put all your routes now. So routes have a route, and in one main route, we'll have all the route like this. Little complex. First time. Okay. So first route that we have, in that we get path as slash. And now we'll say element as main. Guys, now we got an element here. Element as main. Now, what is this main? Any name you can give also. But we need one component in which all the content is going to load. We need one component in which all the content output of the routing will load. So I'll make one main.js. Here we have to import React from React. Import outlet. Anyone from a React, so Angular background, in the React we have called Angular, we call router outlet. The same like that. Here we call outlet. React router down. Then it's a const main return in this div class name container. In this we put outlet. Okay. And export default main. So you make one main in which you have outlet. All the output of the routing, guys, will load in this outlet. First thing. So now go back to routing. You have to import this main. So main from dot slash main. Okay. Now, all the content, guys, now load in main. First of all, what should be the first thing that should load? Home. So just right here index. So default thing that will load inside main will be home. Then the path is post and the element here, not a component, guys. Now we're at element. Here the element will be post. And now here post colon topic, same way. change this to element, and last profile, change it to element. Right. So first of all, guys, define the main. What should be the default? Should be the market index. Now, post detail, profile. Okay, let's try. First of all, guys, my application start loading. Now, home, post, profile. Variable to jump, and it's working for same. It's working same now, but this will not work anymore, guys. See, it's not working. Right? Working although, but what's happening is this default query param and a param is not received in a similar way that you are receiving there. So query param or param that you're receiving there, you're not able to receive that in a similar way. That's a one point. Okay. So for that case, what we require is now we have to change our approach. And one thing here that's available now, we can directly define the not found component. And rather than making a separate component for that, I can define the component there itself. As example, here I can define one more route, say star. Star means wildcard. Okay. In the element, rather than making a separate element, I can write a HTML from here itself. Because anyways, it's going to load inside the main. I'll say not found page. See, if we try to go something wrong, it directly say not found page. Whereas as of now, if we go from here to here, it's not loading because the content is not correct. The code is not the correct according to 6. I hope you understand, guys. It's very difficult for anyone to jump from 5 to 6 directly if this is an old application, because first of all, class components will also not work. Okay, that's the other point. Any question, guys, to this point? Yes, Hitesh.
So as we have declared the index for home, so let's say if we have a login page and then home. So if user is logged in, then only we will be showing the home screen, else we will be showing the login screen. So can we do this conditionally for index?
The routing, nothing to be done for that case.
Okay.
No, nothing. You just write code there itself. If else condition. If that exists, then show this portion. If doesn't exist, show this portion.
Okay. Okay.
And
Thank
nothing.
Yeah.
Any more questions, guys? Any? Okay. Now, next thing, when we are basically accessing those param and query param, how that is possible inside the routing 6, let me explain you. And then we're done with this also, guys. And then we're done with 5 and 6. Then after a break, we can talk about our API and third application. So to access that param and query param and routing number 6. And guys, I'm telling you, day by day, the content is getting covered. Understand the point here. For me to have to join every class and do some new content. If you're revising it, it's great. If not, then I'm telling you the things are going to pile up that much that I can guarantee one thing. It's my experience because it's not my first batch. It's been more than 8 years I'm teaching these things. I can guarantee one thing. Here in this batch also, you can take my writing also, guys. 60 to 70% people, when I start the third application, those who will not start now, okay? Those who will not start the third application with me, I can guarantee that, guys, out of those 60 to 70% people will be on the third application when we will be on the last class. Remember that. 60 to 70% people will be on the third application when we will be on the last class, because third application is a bigger one. And if you're not doing it with me, means every day not revising and going back and practicing, you cannot complete the content. I can give you a guarantee this thing, guys. So remember, it's very important to clear your backlogs. Do not pile up for a weekends. Those weekends will never come to you where you have to ideally revise. And I'll do one more thing, guys, because this is a live class. That's the benefit of that. Tomorrow, you're thinking, "Arey, I have a recording, I'll watch the recording." But if you have to watch the recording, you don't have to spend money in this. You have a YouTube, you can go for it from there. The benefit of live classes, you learn, practice, come back, ask a doubt. If you're doing it, it means you're utilizing the money you have paid for live class. Else, though, if you're watching a video after a course over, then you already have wasted your money, because ultimately you can watch that through YouTube also. So take a benefit of live class is basically go practice, ask if something is not working, if something is not clear. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Now, guys, in the routing number 6, we don't have any default props. If I have to get a param, I have to import one method called params from a React router DOM. Okay. And here, basically, we write like this way: let params is equal to use params. Okay. Now, whatever the parameter name, my parameter name is topic. So I just now I have to write like this way: params dot topic, not like a prop dot match. Say params dot topic. First thing, we comment this code and try, is it working or not working? See, your things start working. Got it? Now, here, guys, for the query param, we'll say use search param. We'll say let search params is equal to use search params. Now you want to get it? You do like this. Here is a search dot get all, and the parameter name is page. Query param name is page. Search dot get all page. Now you go back, try. See, guys, both the things are working. Only syntax wise little different now. How we handle earlier, now we handle now. The benefit here is, so the main benefit here is that now you have the element. You can, rather than creating a separate element, you can just use this particular element everywhere. That's our benefit. Got it? Yeah, without guys. Yes, Vikas.
Yeah, gosh, this Rect package, right? They all have their own version, right?
Yes.
Like you used multiple packages, right, in the whole demo. So, like, is there any compatibility metrics around them, or no? They can work on the latest, or like between them. Is there any compatibility metrics to follow? Like, if I'm using Rect, it should be this version, and then compatible version of Rect DOM is this version. Is there any kind of metrics?
Using matrix is like that. If you're using a class components and using a class component, then anyways you have to go with the routing number. You can go with any of them, but if you're using without a class component, then you cannot. So basically, routing 6 does not support the class component. In other words.
No, sorry. Yeah. Actually, my question was on, if you go to that package.json file, right, where you have lot of packages, right? You have put, right, like Rect there, Rect DOM is there, and there are a couple of more you use there, right? So they all have their own version, right? Like Rect 5, 6, and similarly, like other packages, they are having their own version, right?
Right. So right now, only thing here is that the only thing that is different here is React Router DOM, this alone package. So this React Router DOM is best suited with the routing now. So React version 18.
Okay.
And if you're using the routing number 6, React Router DOM 6, they will not support the class components. But apart from this, no other package have any problem, buddy. It's just like that. Out of this, no other package have any problem. Only the problem here is with this alone package. Does it make sense?
So how they are releasing, let's say now at this moment, latest version of React is 18, right? Something like that. 18 is there, right? So let's tomorrow they release 19. So would they only release React only, or they would also release all other like all other packages?
These are all individual libraries. It's not
So
like
that's
DOM is made by the Facebook only. There are 10 more libraries you can have. That's what. You cannot upgrade your application very quickly. You have to check a lot of things. In an application, I can using a multiple packages of any developers, which are not obviously of a React developers, right?
understood.
You can use a package of any developer. Suppose I made a package. You require that package particular for your purpose. You are using my package. Now, the React has upgraded that, but I have not upgraded that package. But you have a lot of dependency on that. So now you have to decide either leave that package or just leave the old version. So that's why upgrading is not a simple task. Means tomorrow you think like, okay, I'm just going to jump to hooks component. It's not that easy in the big application. Obviously, a startup, you're doing a small applications, and obviously you can do anything you want.
Okay, understood.
Mandeep.
So in the React 6, we do not use the API because in the class, we cannot use the class component.
No, now your hooks now. In the hooks, you can call the API.
Okay.
And when I'm going to teach a hooks, I'll show you how to call the APIs. First of all, we learn through the class and then we learn through hooks also.
Okay.
I'm trying whatever I can cover. I'm trying my best to teach both the possible version because they are in front of me. But I cannot commit. No one can commit after 2 years what's going to happen, or out down the line 1 year what's going to happen. Might be everything change. Now, whatever I've taught is completely useless. It's possible. Like as example, if around 6 years back, somebody have learned the Angular 1, they are absolutely useless people now because Angular 1 is out of the picture altogether. And even the Angular declared end of life. So guys, I'll just tell you very simple one word. The time right now is about learning a width, not the depth. Means I'm not sure how much you agree with me, but the reality is that learn the width, not the depth. Learn the multiple thing, but no need to go in a very big depth of one thing because you never know how soon they will change. So learn the width, not the depth. And it's always like the learn, unlearn, relearn. Whatever you're aware of, always been a mode of unlearn that thing. You cannot just stick to that. Oh, I know this thing. Now I cannot do this thing. You have it's a time. Is a bitter reality is that right now, guys. I don't want to commit anyone for Java or anything, but there is a reality that the developers who are from a Java .NET background, guys, are now forced to learn Node and the mean JavaScript frameworks. People from a Java background are forced to learn the JavaScript, even they don't wish, because market is all about that. And I'm not saying this thing. If somebody from a Java background, don't get offensive, but it's a reality, guys. That Java and .NET are almost going out of market. If you're learning a .NET, working .NET, it's a red flag for you. Quit as early as you can. .NET is now, core.NET is not even a list of the technologies of 2022. C# approximately on the 8th number, Java is on 6th number, and next year survey when you come, I can commit you. Java will be on 7th number, C# can be somewhere 9 or 10. So just make yourself guys, you are in the right place. We are learning the right technologies because it's a red flag for Java and .NET developers right now in the current market. If somebody thinks no, Java is never going out of the world, but it will be. Don't worry about it. After a few years, you will find that Java is almost nobody want a Java people. It's just like that. And that's already happening. You can see now, only 33%. And I'm not saying this thing, 70,000 developers are talking the same thing. It's a reality.
Okay. Anyways, Akash, this is guys, this is what I have to explain you, and this is something being a trainer, I have to update you that what's going in our market. Yes, Akash.
Yes, the first doubt was in React Router DOM 6, and in page this routing component, we have used the main. So it is mandatory to use the main in this route, in this
Name to
first.
that. You can give any name to that, but you need something where the output will be loaded. You can give any name to that, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, and one another thing is please go with the post details page. Okay, so here we have written search params in line number 19, search params dot get all. So it is a keyword here, get all. Sorry, sir, I didn't heard that.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, keyword it is. Okay. Fine, sir. Thank you. That's it.
Okay. What we'll do, guys, before break. Guys, I generated a third application. Now, the third application, we'll take a break also in 2 minutes. Okay. The third application that, guys, we are going to make is obviously our Zomato app. I'll run that also. And guys, I just to mention, you can decide if you're a backend developer, you can make API for any application. If you're a backend developer, you can make your own API and consume it here in the .NET or Java or Ruby or Python, whichever you want. But if you're not a .NET also backend developer, then in that case, what you have to do is you have to stick to the Zomato, practice this only. But if you know backend, then I can recommend you that you can make your own backend also, guys. Okay. So here we go. It is just like that, guys. I have this complete Zomato app we're going to make. The first step which I have to do is walk you through the back end of this application, because guys, as a front end, I'm assuming we don't know back end. So what we get from backend team, because we don't know backend, so we'll get something from backend team. That is their API. And guys, the API which I'm providing you is basically made with the help of a Node.js. And the database that I'm using there is called MongoDB. Second thing. Third thing, they are hosted over the AWS. This IP address that you see is my own AWS server where I've hosted these APIs. So earlier I'm using a Heroku that is now no longer free. So I bought my own AWS and just hosted there. So more or less, I can say, guys, these APIs are not going to be down anytime. You guys can keep using these APIs after the course over also. Okay. Because I provide this API to many batches, so they are always up and running. I'll try my best to keep it always up and running. I cannot commit after 2-3 years or 4 years, but at least this year or at least 2023, you'll not find them down at least for 1 year. Okay. So, and other thing is, if I say, so these are the guys APIs which I have with me. Okay. So maximum of them are the get API. Get means getting a data, and post to insert the data. Where we require a post API, 2 places. One place and the put API also, update API also. And here I'll teach you how to make a dummy API as well. Okay. Post API require at a one place, that is, if I choose the street food, I add some item to cart. Suppose I choose this 3 items. Okay. Or 3 or 4 items. When I proceed, login first to place booking. This is all authentication authorization managed, guys. And anyways, I'm going to teach you as well. So let's try. Suppose I add these 3 items in my cart. Now, when I proceed, basically, here, guys, I can see the detail of those 3 items, correct? So first thing, this detail of these 3 items is the first thing, guys, for which I'm going to use a post API. Okay, first thing is that. Next is to place the order. But if you notice one thing, guys, for placing the order, I am not giving you here API to place the order. Why? Because, guys, here a lot of people are using this APIs, guys, right? So it's not possible, guys, for me to make a post API, give it to you. The reason for that is because everybody is using the API. They will post the data. It becomes very difficult for me to manage. So I've not given a post API to place the order. Then how are we going to do it? Guys, we're going to do it in such a way. I'm going to tell you how to make a dummy API and through which we can replicate that scenario of the post also. I mean, post also work properly, but we have to replicate that scenario for the post. Okay, just like that. So, and in terms of, we have the place order and the all order API, which I'm going to provide you further. And one more thing. I think an application generated. And guys, I have some CSS and basically your some images and all. Okay. And some design also, guys. Okay. So that design means a raw design of HTML, CSS, plus the images, which I already have with me, which I'm going to use. I can show you that also. Allow me like a minute. Because I'll take it out in a minute. So first of all, I'll go to the previous batch. And I can go to the third application, or Zomato app, basically. So just I'm gonna take this public folder from, I hope it's an image also. Yes. Public folder. And this public folder, I'll keep it here because I have some images also. Okay. Now we are taking a break, guys. After a break, we'll how to use it and what a raw design I'm talking about. I'll talk about in a minute. Means after a break. So yes, now those are doubt till this point. Go ahead and I'll walk you through this APIs also, how data is working, the raw structure working. We'll start constructing also whatever we can do today. Yes, Vikas, go ahead before a break.
Yeah, like can I have multiple app for one website, multiple Rect app, or no? We can only have one Rect app at any point of time for one website.
Are you talking about that like a Flipkart have one is a one React app or multiple React app? You are talking like this?
For Flipkart, can I have multiple Rect app? Like multiple Rect app, can I create that, or no? It is not possible.
But that you obviously, but they are different URLs. Or you can have a load balancer who can manage that one request goes there, one request goes there. Obviously, you can have multiple app, but they have different URLs. Just like that. On one server, one application can work. Just like that.
So what is this concept of micro front end? Sorry, I just for understanding, what is this concept?
You are combining a multiple application together. Like I have some application React, some in Angular. I can combine it together in a one application. That's called micro front end.
In that case, the URL would be different. So how they are managing? Is there any idea on that?
Yeah, I have an idea, but I've made that. If you go to Make My Trip, I'm the developer there and I've done a micro front end there as well. So, but for that, you have to do a lot of understanding of the compiler in terms of like a Babel and Webpack, because you have to compile an application in such a way that one application can compile. And if you're using a multiple React app, then no useless. Micro front end make a sense. Suppose half in React, half in Angular. There, the micro front end makes sense.
So is it the trending now? Like people are moving towards that, or no? Still it's just on a very early stage. Because in the backend side, it's only
came and gone. This concept is gone.
Gone, huh? Okay.
Already gone. It was there, trended for some around 1.5 years. It gone now. Nobody doing it. Unnecessary waste of time and a still lot of effort required for doing that. It's not popular. It is there, but not popular. I might also have some repository in my GitHub micro front end. I've done that.
Okay.
and Jody.
Yes, Akash. So the third app that we're doing is going to be the Zomato clone. And then you said the fourth app. Is the fourth app that we're going to do the application, like our project app for the class that we have to turn in for the grading?
No, Jody. Basically, it's not like a third app. I just give a name by myself, giving a name to that. Your project is nothing to do with this application. I'm just give a name of that as third app. I can rename to Zomato app also. I can rename just not if I confuse the name, I can name it as Zoma app. But our project, you have to see that what's in a project. That's a different story. We can talk about that some other day, but there's nothing to do with your project. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Cool guys. So let's go for a break now, and then after a break, we'll work on the next topic.
आहे नाही ओके चला खूप मच्छर काय उगाच आपला ड्रामा करू नकोस पटकन जा श्री आहे का खाली बघ पटकन आणि त्याने खाऊ खाल्लाय का बघ मला सांग
Okay, guys. So now, first of all, before the break, we have actually taken these APIs. We have copied that public folder. At the time to I walk you through these APIs and start making a structure of our application so that you can start consuming it. Now, so here guys, first of all, we need one tool called Postman. Okay. Postman is a tool that is used by the developers as a front end. Okay. For testing the API, although Get API, we can test in the front as a browser also. But for testing a Post API, we need a tool called Postman. So, first of all, I'll go to this location API. See, what exactly this API do, guys? This API will give me all the locations that I have. I have 4 locations. One is Maharashtra, one is Delhi, one is Karnataka, one is Punjab. So I have basically 4 different locations, and each location have its own ID. Okay, and each location have its own ID, guys. So particularly, I want a restaurant with respect to this ID. So if I go to the restaurant API and see how exactly it is connected. So let's have a look. So guys, connected in such a way, if I take this and go to that API, say restaurants, we will get all the restaurants that we have. Okay. Now, in this, all the restaurants, each restaurant have its guys own state ID. Okay. Each restaurant have its own state ID. So see, state ID 2. Now you want a restaurant from a particular state. So you'll say question mark, state equal to 2. You only get the restaurant of, say, Maharashtra. If I pass a state ID 1, I only get the restaurant of Delhi. Only where state ID is 1. You only get the data where state ID is 1. If I give 2, you only get the data where state ID is 2 as well. Okay. So I have just changed one thing here. It's a restaurant. That's correct only. Okay? I'm hitting wrong. Okay. So guys, we get one API that give me list of all the city, one API that give me restaurant with respect to city, and one API will give me quick search. All the menu type, meal type basically we have. We can go with the 3 APIs only, guys, because I don't think we'll be able to reach to these 3 APIs also. So we'll get all the meal type here. Okay. Now, the plan will be like in terms of, guys, if we go back. So we'll make on home page. Okay. So we'll make a multiple component out of the first component, the home component. In the home component, I've divided into 2 sections. One section I'll call as a search. One section I'll call it as the quick search. Okay. One section I'll call it as search. One section I'll call it as a quick search. In a home, I'll wrap these 2 components. Then guys, basically next thing that we have is I need design of this application. So for a design of the application, so again, I'll go to the here. Here I have a design of this home page, guys. If I open this design, I can give you this design also, no problem. We have the design of this home page. It'll get loaded. Yeah, this is a home page design. So I'm going to copy this home page design, means the HTML, CSS copy, and then start using in our own application. So what you can do, basically, I can just copy this whole HTML and CSS of this home page. And in our own folder, React. I can just say one folder called raw HTML. Okay, and paste it here. Images, guys, we already have. So I don't think we got an image we already have. So we just need HTML and the CSS. Okay. So what I'll do, first of all, let's start making our components. And now we need to install the package first. Although we have multiple packages here, but first package requires React Router DOM and 5.3. Okay. Then next thing, we start making a structure of the application. Here guys an SRC. As usual, we'll delete it. We'll make a new SRC. In that one index.js, one component folder. And here we'll have header.js, footer.js. As this is a pure structure which I'm showing you that how exactly you have to work in Office also. In our Office, we are considering two things, that we have the HTML design also, and we have a data APIs also. Okay, so now how we're gonna convert the basic HTML into React. Footer.css, header.css. And here we have one routing.js. In the component folder, as of now, I'll make a one folder, say home. And in a home, I have a three components basically. One home.js, one search.js, one quick search.js, one search.css, one quick search.css. Okay, fine. In the index, guys, as usual, for the same structure index, React from React. Import React DOM, React DOM / client. Bottle उसमें नहीं kettle में. Import routing from ./routing. Then const container is equal to document.get element by id dev by id root. Then const root dot react dom dot create root. And then root dot render your route. So this is done. Nothing to be changed in this. Fine. In the routing also, guys, I can copy that also. It will save our time. We already have done that. Only thing is, guys, I'm just copying the structure because it'll save our time rather than writing it manually. So here, guys, we have header, footer, and home. Okay, but the home is coming from a different location. We'll fix it. ./components/home. In that we have home.js. Okay. So no need to put them in a container anymore. and we just take one route right now. There's multiple routes, but one route, that is home/home. Okay. So routing is done. Now, class header, I'll make it a class component because there's a lot of logics of a login logics will come here. So from beginning only, I'll make this a class component. Render and render will and export default. Oh, sorry, header. What will put a return? I'll talk about that. And here, guys, we're gonna import ./header.css. Okay. This structure complete. What will come there? We'll talk about it. Now we'll take it to footer. Although footer is going to a functional component, so we can make it a little lighter. I hope guys are very comfortable now with the structure at least. So footer. Then your home is also going to functional component because in the home they are going to import search coming from ./search and import quick search from quick search. Okay. In the home, we'll just make it a wrapper. In the wrapper, on the top, put search. At the bottom, put quick search. Okay, this is done. And basically, search and quick search is going to be a class components. Here, search. And we're gonna import ./search.css. Same way, quick search. Okay. So guys, what I have done is I have made the structure for us. Home, search, quick search, header, footer, index, routing. Although nothing is there, obviously you run the application will break also. But we got a basic design ready. Now I'm converting a basic HTML into the React, and then we can stop for today. Anyone guys, any question till this point? Anyone guys, any question? No? Okay. Guys,
Few places we are creating functional components and few places we are creating class components. So that is a bit confusing for me, Akash.
Wherever
When to use class, when to use functional.
And wherever you are having a logic, wherever you are going to basically deal with the states or data, you will use a class component. And when you just have to do a display, you go with a functional component.
When data interactions with API, then we have to go with classes, is it? Okay. Okay, thank you.
Now guys, we'll use that raw HTML in our application and convert that now raw HTML into our React app. So guys, we'll go to raw HTML folder. What I'll do is here I have the content of the header. So I'll copy this header content and paste that inside the header. Okay. We'll run also parallelly. So header guys, I put that header content inside the header component. And similarly, CSS is there of the header. I'll take that CSS of the header into the, I have written very clearly guys, that header CSS, search CSS, quick search CSS. So header CSS, I'll put that in the header file like this. Okay. So header is ready for us. Only one thing I have to make a change in the search.
Okay. Similarly, guys, go back to row HTML again. You have the content of the footer. So this is footer. Take that footer, paste that in the footer.js. Okay. Similarly, oh, I'll break for this. I hope it will not, but we'll see. Okay, so it in the closing tag. And guys, one more change we have to do is wherever we say class, we are choosing class name. And similarly, the CSS of the footer will pick. Footer CSS into the footer. Okay. Now, one thing, guys, wherever we say class, change to class name. No class. We have a class here. Yes. Change to class name. Okay. So these two things are done. Now we'll go back. So here we go to search. Copy the content of a search. Paste it here. Class name. Any more class? No. Okay. One thing, guys, I'm gonna copy the CSS of the class of the search. Basically, one image I am referring, you're not able to pick that from that image folder. Okay. So for that case, I need a live URL of image which I have with me. I'll get it for you guys. 1 second. This image URL I'll add in my CSS. So basically, guys, I'll put all the search CSS and search HTML, and the last thing we have to pick is the quick search. Although, guys, in a quick search, you have a lot of element there right now, but when we will go with the actual iteration, we'll not repeat this manually. Okay, so we can ignore the class name right now in the quick search because unnecessary waste of time just removing the class's name, because anyways the content is going to be replaced altogether. And the CSS of the quick search. So guys, I have taken the raw structure of the HTML from the HTML into HTML file, CSS into CSS file, and I break the one page into 4 components: one header, one footer, one search, one quick search. And now we go back the application we have created. Okay, so there is one error coming in index file. Slash client. Now let's see. No, yes. Oh, I think, okay, fine. That image is broken. That's fine. But at least, guys, one more thing which I feel is regarding the is the bootstrap impacting it? Might be. Fine, but at least what exactly happened is you are able to convert the raw HTML into the JavaScript. Sorry, in the React basically. So guys, the raw HTML is converted into the React. So guys, see. This is a raw HTML that converted into React. Now some images are missing because that might not be possible. Might be possible, guys. That's not in my images folder. That's a one case. But no need to worry, guys. Later on, the images is going to come from the. Some of them are coming, some of them not coming because of this only issue. But the point is like that, guys. Later on, the images are going to be coming from the API backend. So, like as example, we search for this Facebook image. We have Facebook image here? No. Do we have Insta image here? No. If you want it, I can do that. That's the last step for a day.
One second. Okay, I'll just copy this whole images and when you copy it, I'll replace which is not there. Okay, and refresh. Yes, it's working. We're getting a logo of the Facebook also. Now, guys, for Facebook and this logo, if I have to go to Facebook website, so obviously I have to give the anchor tag. So if I example, if I open my Facebook, I'll copy this URL. Okay. Now basically,
Move ring closed.
now here if I go, now if I have to connect it to Facebook, obviously guys, I have to give a anchor tag here. No way to give that link tag, right? Now if you go back to our own website, okay, now when I click on this, it takes me to Facebook. Like this work. Got it? So guys, this is how exactly it works for us. So external links, if we have to connect that through the anchor tag only. So guys, at least what we did is now the HTML, which was just the page, which was just HTML, is now coming as a proper React page to you. So raw HTML converted into the React. Now, what is the next step, guys? So our structure is ready all together. Now, next step that we'll do from next week is next week, guys, we'll be able to complete at least 1 to 3 pages of this application. Means the next week 3 pages means almost reach to the last of this application. By next 2 sessions, we'll be able to do a lot of work on this application, guys. Okay, so because our structure is ready, now we just have to start calling the APIs and rendering a data. In each component, you'll find something new like that. So 60% things will be same in each component, but 40% thing will be new in each component, guys, for you. So the major concept that we have covered today is routing. Okay. Awesome. Now, guys, this is it. First of all, I like to wish you Happy New Year, because obviously we are not connecting next week. And to you and your family, and stay safe. That's the first thing, because that again, the corona thing is again highlighting. Rest, guys, the code is pushed. Is an opportunity for you to practice also. Those who are working, you have a little easy week this time, because last week of every office are easy, right? So I recommend to practice every single thing which is left out. Now I'll open the platform for you to, guys, go ahead and start asking whatever question. Go ahead and ask. If you don't have a question, you want to leave, you are most welcome. And again, wishing you Happy New Year. Yes, it is to you, everybody. Thank you. Okay, guys, go ahead and ask it out. Those are a question. Yeah, Akash, go ahead.
Sir, one doubt I have that as you said that class component we use the logic, and then in the functional component means we just render it. So in with the help of use states and all, right now we are means we further use the logics and all in and changing the state in also in functional component also. So can we make whole or of our application? Yes, sir.
That's why I have given here the 3 different criteria: function component, class component, and hooks component. Right?
Okay.
When come to hook component, we are able to meet that.
Okay. And so one thing more, and then when we right now when we start creating our own project side by side, then we have to work on a router 5.3, or we use React router the 6 one.
You have to make a choice. If you
Okay.
hooks, then only possible is routing 6. It's a class component.
then you can use 5. You have to make a choice.
Okay.
You can
Fine,
do this for
sir.
a, what you can do for a beginning, use a 5 and class components, then convert the same application into routing 6 plus the hooks component. Both will sort it.
Yeah, that can work.
Sure.
Thank you.
Same to Shilata, Purva. Okay. Any more question, guys? Anyone? No. Cool, guys. So next class, Vengal, I'll come to you 1 minute. So guys, next class will be on the 7th of January. Okay. Yes, Venkat, go ahead now. Yeah, Venkat, go ahead.
Hi. Last time I me?
Venkat, your voice is not coming, buddy. Venkat Krishna, your voice is not coming. Not sure. Any more question, guys? Anyone? Okay. Cool, guys. Then I'll see you. Bye-bye.